Hello there, gang, and welcome to another Past Blast with me, Devere. I will be taking a quick look at Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon, the third instalment in the Broken Sword series, released back in 2003 and again by Revolution Software. So first of all, options. You don't get a great amount of them. That's it. Does support at least some decent modern release 1920 by 1080. Now, controls. This is one area this game really does suffer. You'll have to... Let's see, set movement controls. This is all done via the keyboard. Mouse is out the window. Select... I use keyboard 2 so I can use WASD. I can use WASD to control my character. Run, then I set a shift. Next object, page up, page down. Creepers, I want that to be left control. Inventories, return. And then the up and down cursor keys for your action map. We'll see exactly what that is shortly. Now the annoying thing is it often resets this, so after you load a game, you come back to play it again, you'll have to reset your controls each time. Quite frustrating. Sometimes it won't, sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. So let's dive on in and try a new game.
Preceptor.
My lord, it has begun. The power is already building. Are you ready for your task?
We shall not fail you, my lord.
The price of failure is Armageddon. God go with you.
Got a girlfriend, George?
Nah, not really.
Well, what does that mean?
Oh, there was a girl in Paris, but it didn't work out.
Oh, way to go, mate. I've heard about those French babes. I think she'd be interested in a good-looking Aussie bushman, eh?
Only if it helped her career.
Weather like this, the old crate flies herself.
How about weather like that?
Lucky we got two. Just another couple of seconds and we'll be laughing. You better strap yourself in, George.
Meanwhile, as Paris wakes to yet another clear, hot day, in the south, the bizarre weather continues. Marseille, 20 days of rain. Bordeaux, 30. And across the world, from Beijing to New York, there are reports of earth tremors, floods, typhoons.
Who is it?
Vernon Blier? It's Nico Collard.
You're early.
You said it was urgent.
We don't have much time. The power sources are building to a peak. It's all in the manuscript. Look, I decoded it. No one's ever done that. They paid me serious money. But the Earth, we're all in danger. Now they want to kill me because I know too much.
Somehow, we'd landed in the jungle, and I was alive. Then, I smelled smoke. I was gonna have to get out, and fast.
So the first and biggest obvious change is the game is now fully 3D from its 2D art origins. Now it's a bit of a have a quick look at this cumbersome system.
The seatbelt carefully.
Rolf Saxon, of course, makes his third return to the series to voice George Stobart, our protagonist. So you move around, as I've set it up, with the arrow keys, but the action map, as you see, is the bottom right there. So if I come up to this bottle, if I press the left cursor key,
An unopened bottle of beer was lying on the floor of the plane.
and if I press the down cursor key, he'll pick it
You
up.
never know when a beer's gonna come in handy. A buckle and strap held the crate tightly to a metal frame.
And then right arrow
The
key.
buckle was quick release. I soon had the crate freed up.
And here's something that draws a lot of criticism with this game is the crate pulling puzzles. The game does depart quite a lot from its point and click roots for this episode. It is a lot more action orientated. In all honesty, there aren't that many box pulling puzzles. They're not that big when you do have to do them. They don't go on for long. But they are there. So inventory was on my enter key so I can see what I've got. And I could.
The bottle of beer had survived the crash unscathed.
Can I get rid of it? I can't remember how to get rid of it now. Oh, let's just enter again.
Searching Harry turned up a handy bottle opener.
So you can probably imagine this is where things get somewhat cumbersome. Try to combine them. And there's down arrow. And it's now moved to the left arrow. Yes, there we go. Now we can use the bottle of beer on Harry, which is that one. Down arrow again.
Oh, cheers, mate. Oh, came to a while back. Thought I'd grab 40 winks. Oh, don't get much chance in my line.
What were you doing flying us into that storm? You nearly got us killed.
Oh, calm down, will you? The storm came from nowhere. Oh, I've never seen anything like it. Weird.
So how far is it to the landing strip?
Well, not far. We were right on top of it when the storm hit.
Another new addition. So if I pick this up, you can scroll through hot points to do different actions. I could put it back down, or I can use it to do this.
Here goes. Yes. You okay, Harry?
Sure, mate.
Right. Let's try and get the show on the road.
Whoa! Maybe not. I was going to need more weight at the back of the plane. But what?
Are you trying to kill us?
You okay, Harry?
Sure,
Now we
mate.
can get him to get to the back of the plane.
Harry, we need more ballast at the back of the plane.
Okay, George, if you think it'll help.
Just don't move!
You bet.
No! Not yet! Harry, stay there!
Why?
Whoa! Phew. That was close.
Oh, I don't know. Could have been worse.
Yeah?
I might still have been in it.
Trying to cheer me up, Harry?
Ah, you know, you're not bad for a Yank.
That makes me feel a whole lot better.
We make a great team.
Hmm.
Oh, I could help you out. Here, with your work. Be your driver. Sort out the locals.
Now if you look down at the action map at the bottom right, you'll see an attempt to take on Tomb Raider and Uncharted with new options called Actions. So we're climbing up and down.
Harry, like I told you, I'm only here to meet someone, then I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah, maybe I know the fella.
I doubt it. Guy called Cholmondeley.
Never heard of him.
Exactly.
What's he do?
He's a scientist.
Well, what kind of a scientist?
He lives in the jungle, says he's built a machine that can create limitless energy. I'm a patent lawyer. He wants me to write the patent, make us all rich, okay? Capiche?
Oh, I see. A mad scientist.
So it's definitely much more of a move away from the point and click of earlier games here.
Messing around, mate.
Guess next time I'll avoid the scenic route.
Yeah, well, when you've had your bit of fun, I'll see you at the top.
There's a lot more action-orientated sequences in this one. But it's just this cumbersome interface trying to click on different buttons. It doesn't help that sometimes the arrows don't always... the action icons don't go to the same place you'd expect them to in the control panel. Even towards the end of the game, I've still never really got the hang of it. It's never going to feel smooth and fluid and responsive. I want to be down that side somewhere. Ah, there we go, that way. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the rest of the signature parts of the game are still there. The series are intact. Plenty of locations you'll visit, lots of good characters, great voice acting all throughout, plenty of dialogue. But it's much more heavy on the action sequences, not so much of the point and click side. Definitely more an action adventure, I would say, than traditional point and click. Which is a good thing, as you saw just trying to open that bottle of beer in the plane was a lot more clicks than was needed. Well, I mean, the graphics, okay, they definitely show their age, but they're quite nice and colourful, easy going. Story's fairly decent as well. It now ties a bit closer into the original Broken Sword. Of course, Broken Sword 2: The Smoking Mirror was its own... was a completely different story. This is kind of starting to tie back to the original. There's certainly no Tomb Raider killer when it comes to the action sequences and the climbing and the jumping. If this was ever Redux, that would be the thing I would certainly spend some time on, would be the controls. UI. Oh. There's also, I should have quickly demonstrated it, there's you crouch now, because there's now stealth sections as well that you have later on in the game, and try to be more action orientated.
For the last time, where is he? I don't know! I don't know! For God's sake, I've told you everything I know! For which I am deeply grateful. Nevertheless, it was always my intention to kill you. Goodbye, Mr. Cholmondeley. How many times? It's not Cholmondeley, it's...
It was a Sunday morning. I was 3 months behind on the rent, and my editor had given me another bum assignment, an interview with some hacker about the end of the world. Where had it all gone wrong? Was I never going to get that lucky break? What had happened to my glittering career in journalism? And then, everything changed.
So I think we'll just about conclude our dealings here, gang. In all honesty, I don't think it's that bad a game, but if point and click's heavy on your list, this is not really that much point and click going on. A lot of it's dealt with by dialogue and action sequences now. The block pulling puzzles are there, but they're not as heavy as people make out. But there is much more elements of things like stealth and chase sequences. That kind of thing goes on a bit more than you would expect. You can now run as well. So I think it was a good move to take. It was a brave attempt to take it into the 3D world. And yeah, I would actually rate this as probably my second favourite Broken Sword after, in my personal experience, after the first original, which is still the classic. But this is definitely a good contender if you like a more action-orientated game that, you know, does show its age graphically, but that controls are definitely one area that is really frustrating. As you can see, especially with the camera angles, you don't get any control over it. It's all fixed cameras, which can sometimes lead to the odd death here and there, or the odd having to repeat a section. That and the fact the controls also reset themselves is also another annoyance. But outside of that, the performance is excellent. You know, the story's still good, the characters are great. It's got all the right ingredients, but definitely if they reduxed it, do something with those controls. So anyway, thanks for taking the time for watching the video, and hope you found it useful or entertaining in some way. And as ever, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to let me know you're alive. And I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.